hitting the record button. I am letting people into the Zoom room as they arrive. I am so excited about our topic today, and I'm so excited to see familiar faces. And so excited to just get started on today's topic. As you guys know, the past 2 weeks, we have been in a series, and we're going to be rounding out the series today with the next section of the Wheel of Success. Now, guys, where did this wheel come from? By the way, I'm Jenna Harris Hernandez. I'm a fellow agent at JPAR. I have been a top 1% agent in the industry overall for the last 7 years. I'm a mom. I am just like you guys, building my business and building a life and hoping to change as many lives with my knowledge, with my help as I can. Actually, to piggyback off of that, I'd love to actually share with you guys why I love to do this show. I hope that's okay. Yes, maybe. Okay. I love to do the show because when I was new in this industry, I did not have someone to pour into me. I did not have someone to guide me. And there are so many opinions out there of how you should build a business. There are so many opinions and so much knowledge out there that we can just get stuck in learning mode for forever. And over the years, I've been able to really discover that one of my giftings is to challenge people to grow and also to systematize things, but in a way that breaks it down and makes it simple. And so that's part of what we're doing today. And God told me, he was like, hey, this is what you need to start doing for people. This is one of your gifts, and you're supposed to walk in that and stop ignoring me. So when they asked me to do this morning show, I was really excited. And it was just a confirmation to me that I'm supposed to pour into people just like you. And for that, I am so, so grateful. And I have walked every road that you're walking in terms of this business. And guys, this business in and of itself, even if your life was perfect, is challenging. Okay. And just so you guys know, we all have challenges in our life, and we still have to choose to overcome those and to work on our businesses every day. So to piggyback off of what we've talked about, we have the Wheel of Success, and I'm going to share that with you today, though we are talking about how to blue ocean your business. Let me tell you something. You can work harder than everyone else, or you can work smarter than everyone else. Now, just because I say work smarter doesn't mean you're going to have to not work hard. But I literally know agents, and myself included, this is what I did the first time. People used me because I worked the most, the longest, and the hardest. Let me ask you, did you get into this business to build a lifestyle of freedom? Because if someone is using you just because you work the longest and the hardest and bust your tail the most, do you think that that's going to give you a lifestyle of freedom? No, you actually have to bring real, tangible value to your clients. And when I started, I'm going to adjust this. When I started doing that is when I started noticing the barrier to entry to actually work with a client started to fall, and people started to respect me, and people started to want to work with me and feel like, oh my gosh, I have to hang on tight to this girl because she knows more than I know, and she can give me something that I can't get anywhere else. Okay. And we can all do that, whether you're new or experienced. We can become a blue ocean. We can provide something that is truly tangible, which means just like easy to grasp, hold on to, something that has real meaning for our clients. Okay. So I'm super excited to share that with you today, but I do want to quickly just show you something. How do you build a business? You build a business one day at a time, one brick at a time. I'm showing you this because we all know what this is. This is the Great Wall of China, right? And I want to encourage you. This week, I have had some big dominoes fall on my business that I literally thought were going to take forever or maybe just not happen. And so if you feel that way, remember that, okay, I just wanted to just contrast this. The playground at my son's school took 8 months to build. And as much as those kids love that playground and they remember it, right? When they grow up and go to college and go away, they're not really going to remember that playground a whole lot. Okay. That's, some people are going to build a business that it's going to make what you need, all right, to live off of. And if that's what your goal is, that's great. Okay. Some of us want to build an empire. Some of us want to build a legacy like the Great Wall of China. Do you know how long that took to build? 2,300 years. Now, it takes 18 months to walk this thing. And I'm not saying it's going to take that long for all of us, but just remember this happened one brick at a time, one day at a time, and sometimes one rice kernel at a time because they use rice mortar. So today, let's start to lay those bricks. Let's lay the next brick. Let's lay the next piece. All right. Are you hanging with me? Are we all there? Are we ready to blue ocean our business? Okay. So on the wheel of success, and my mouse is being so wonky and weird. It's like flying all over the place. On the wheel of success, last week, 2 weeks ago, we talked about how there's 5 things that you need. Okay. Leads, systems, value add, conversion, which holds it all together. If you don't have that, it falls apart. And consistency, which is you consistently taking action and moving your business forward. Are we on the same page? Yes, we are. Okay. Last week, we talked about how to create a lead stack. If you missed it, it'll be on YouTube soon. This week, we're talking about value add. And I asked a couple people in my office yesterday, I said, do you want to hear about how to blue ocean your business? Or do we want to talk about how you fall to the level of your systems? And they were like, you said ocean. It's almost summer. Let's go with ocean. So we're going with how to blue ocean our businesses today. So with that, I want you to understand what this blue ocean idea is and what it looks like. Now, I did not create this diagram. Excuse me. So be aware. There's a couple things on the right side I don't 100% vibe with, but anyway, in a red ocean, the idea is, you guys, in a red ocean, we're swimming in the same ocean with all of the sharks. And the sharks have it all bloodied up in there. We're in the same client pool. We're basically going after the exact same thing everyone else is going after, and we're chasing it down, and we eat what we kill. Okay. It sounds really barbaric, but that is kind of the type of industry that we are in. So how do we create our own space, our own lagoon, our own ocean? All right. Here's the difference between the two. In a red ocean, you compete in existing market space. All right. In a blue ocean, you create an uncontested market space. In a red ocean, you beat the competition, which is what I kind of just talked about. You are just working harder than everybody else. Okay. In a blue ocean, you make the competition irrelevant. And let me tell you how good it is to wake up in the morning and how confident I feel every appointment that I go on, right? And I've heard other top agents say this before, and I was like, before I like understood it, I was like, oh, that sounds so, you know. But when you come to this place where you make competition irrelevant, we can all get there. It's not because the person is special, it's because they have a value add. And you wake up every day and you feel confident. Okay. The 80 to 90% of the time, every person that you get in front of, you will close them because you have something of true relevance to provide to them. Because we're not just beating competition, we just make them irrelevant, right? So we can all do these things. So in a red ocean strategy, it's differentiation or low cost. Okay. And this, I don't know why this says differentiation and low cost. I would just scratch the whole low cost part on that. It's differentiation and value. Okay. Now, also red ocean strategy, there's a competitive advantage. On a blue ocean strategy, there's value innovation. Are we like totally hearing how the two are completely different? Is this getting the wheels turning? All right. In a red ocean, you segment existing customers. And in a blue ocean strategy, you attract non-customers. In a red ocean strategy, swimming with the sharkies, we exploit the existing demand. There's the demand. Let's go, 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 go. Like, what part of that can we convert to us? Okay. In a blue ocean strategy, we create and capture new demand. And I've had so many people come to me over the years, there we go, with business propositions and this business and that business and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, if I can't figure out how to blue ocean it, I have no interest. Because without this, it's just all hard work and nothing else, right? Like, so many of the products that are sold out there, and I'm not necessarily knocking companies that have like direct sales marketers, but that's why I personally could never see myself doing anything like that, because there's no way to differentiate yourself than your other friend who sells the same things in a business. But guys, in real estate, we can differentiate ourselves. Okay. Even just how we sell the same product is a way to differentiate ourselves. Are the wheels turning? Do we have questions? Okay. Put them in the chat, put them in the comments. I will get back with you on them. Okay. So I also wanted to point something out, that there is a difference. Has anyone like raise hands, thumbs up, ever heard that there are riches in niches? And some people call it a niche. Some people call it a niche. I don't know, it depends on the day, but I feel like calling it. Okay. That is true. And that is something that I'm coming up with in my business, a couple new niches, right? Which really helps you stand out in the crowd because you're talking to a certain audience, like a veteran or perhaps some other sort of community that has this specific camaraderie around something. Like a lot of our Spanish speaking agents have that kind of built into their business model at JCAR, okay, which is amazing. So that's a niche. That is different than a blue ocean strategy. Although I do truly believe in niches, okay, you can still blue ocean your niche, okay? So let's talk about how we do this. And I'd love to hear, does anybody have any ideas? I'm going to flip over to the Facebook. Anybody have any ideas? Does anybody have a blue ocean strategy that they are using right now? Anybody that they'd like to share? Because I would be super interested to know what that is. And let's talk about it. Okay, oh my gosh, there's like so many things going on my screen here. I'm gonna have to downsize this. Uh-oh. Okay, good times, guys. My computer's deciding to make sure to have a security check on me. All right. So drop that in the comments. I would absolutely love to know what that is. If you have one in your business, that'd be fantastic to know. So let's talk a little bit about how we create a value add. I'll share with you what my value add is. I had not necessarily planned on doing that, but I'll share with you what my value add is. In my business, the big value add that I provide to clients is that I provide 3 ways for them to buy a house, and I can help them sell a house 4 different ways. I won't go into the details of that because that's not what today is about. But literally, I have 2 non-traditional ways that we can finance pretty much any house on the market, like 90% of them, okay? If they need a bridge to get to a traditional kind of loan. And then we have 4 different ways that they can sell their home, including us buying it, okay? And we do have all sorts of guarantees along the way. Now, for some of you who are newer, you might be like, I would not even know where to start with something like that. I've done this for 10 years, okay? And I have the connections to be able to do that. So I wanted to give you some ideas of how you can blue ocean and offer something to your clients that is tangible. A lot of times we go on listing appointments and buyer appointments, and we just talk about our jobs like they are checklists, We're going to help you keep charge of the checklist. That people pay us way too much money for that. People pay us way too much money to be tour guides and handholders. We should be so much more than that. Okay. So I'm gonna, I did have one more thing that I wanted to share the screen with and show you some of the top complaints. So if I were newer, or I wasn't able to really come up with like an idea yet that was maybe somewhat revolutionary, guys, let me just tell you some ways that you can blue ocean your business. Why are we so afraid to talk about why people don't like real estate agents? When I go on appointments, I talk about why people don't like real estate agents openly. Transparency is very powerful. Okay. And so let's talk about a few of these. And I'm also going to bring up a few more. If I was thinking of ways to blue ocean my business and things to tell my clients about why and how I am different from other people, I would be going to post on your Facebook page today. Say, hey, everybody, I'm conducting a social experiment and I'd like to know the top 5 reasons why you may not like real estate agents. And I'm so afraid of that. Oh my gosh. Go be the person in the marketplace that is the exact opposite of all of the things that the public hates about real estate agents. There's your blue ocean. Bam, so easy, right there. Oh my gosh. You know what? One time I did this on my Facebook page and all these people were like, they never answer their phone. And guys, I know we don't like being tied to our phones, but I have made probably an extra $20,000 this year from answering my freaking phone. Okay. Answer your phone. At least don't wait days to get back with a voicemail. So go be the person in the marketplace that is the opposite of all of the complaints that people have about real estate agents as consumers. It is seriously that simple, and talk about it. Put it in your listing presentations, put it in your drip campaigns, put it in your emails, put it in your signature line. Okay. That is what people want and need from us. They're telling us something. Go blue ocean yourselves in this way. Okay. So now we cannot always control how long it takes a home to sell, but let me tell you what we can control. I'm back to this chart. Can y'all see this chart? Okay. How long to take a house to sell was one of the top complaints. Lack of communication is huge. I'm surprised that this wasn't like 50% of the complaints. People hate that. Guys, if something is going wrong in a real estate transaction, I've had several houses recently take forever to sell that are beautiful houses. They're just tough, right? You know, the location's tough or something quirky about them, or they're just technically the comps say they're worth 380, but that school district is, and you know, it's not going to sell for 380. Okay. Like there are things that we have to overcome. That is all about setting expectations of your clients. And guess what happens? People think that you're hiding something and being shady if you don't talk about things. Okay. So every single week on Friday on these homes that are taking forever to sell, I talk to my clients about what I have done that week to promote their home. And actually right after this, I'm going to go shoot a video of one of these properties. Okay. And I'm going to send it to them and it's going to be awesome. Okay. So talk about things, have communication. All right. Including how long it takes something to sell. Lack of communication. Lack of communication makes it look like you're shady. You don't know what you're doing and you're hiding from them. Have a plan. Be taking action. Do open houses, like get back with people promptly. That's a freaking blue ocean. Obviously, that's like almost 50%. If you just did that, right, you would be better than 50% of the agents in the marketplace. Now, valuation tactics. If you do not know how to properly evaluate a property, get help. That was 11% of the complaints. Okay. Ignoring your best interests. I think that sometimes ignoring people's best interest comes from a lack of communication or experience. And so I think this is very warranted for the public to say this, okay? But I think that that is probably an easier fix. And if it's just a lack of integrity, we would prefer for you to get out of the industry. So, but most of the time I feel like it is a lack of experience. So listen to your clients. Don't tell them what they want. Now you do have to set expectations. If they want 5 acres and a pool and the best ISD in your area for $100,000, long gone are those days, right? And acting in their best interest will be setting their expectations and follow that up with proof. Okay. So, I don't know, that is poor quality marketing photographs. Oh my gosh, get professional photos. You will stand out. Put it in your listing presentations. Okay. Failure to turn up viewings. Okay. If you're having issues with viewings, you guys, there are title companies all over the place, at least in my area, that host classes on how to do that. Find somebody online who has a lot of followers and ask them to put your listing in front of them. Okay. Host open houses. Actually do marketing for those open houses. Okay. Go knock on the neighbors' doors. Send out letters to everybody within a 5-mile radius or a 1-mile radius or a half-mile radius who are leasing, and invite them to come to your open house. Maybe this is their next house. Okay. Pressure tactics. Guys, sometimes we do have to push our clients, but we don't have to pressure them. Okay. We have to lead them sometimes, right? That is our goal. Lack of market knowledge. Guys, get educated. If it is way past the point, if we are not working on honing our skills, we will be out of this industry. Our businesses will die in the next 2 to 5 years because our consumers are getting more and more savvy. We have to be better. Okay. Hidden fees. Guys, I feel again, this might come from lack of experience. Either that or people are just lacking in integrity. But get to know the fees and be open about them. Be open about them. Guess what? If you are blue oceaning your business and providing value, people will have less issue with paying you fees. Like it all ties together. Does this make sense? Okay. So be very transparent about fees. And if you need help, there are plenty of title companies out there. And if you're in an attorney state, because this is a national show, go to an attorney and have them give you a rundown of what typical fees look like. Okay, there's tons of people out there with little calculators. You can go in there and calculate things. All right. And we need to be able to explain what people are paying us and why people are paying us. Okay. And then rudeness of employees. Hopefully we are not rude. I don't know, I've met a lot of rude real estate agents, but hopefully nobody on here is rude. So what does that come down to? What is a value add? A value add, and here's another thing, a value add is not, okay, something like I'm more honest, I work really hard. See how that is something that they're going to learn about you after the fact as you work with them. That's not something that today you can go with them and say, I provide this, and they understand why you are different. It is something that somebody cannot easily take away from you. Okay. It is something that makes you stand out as a professional. So we also have something called a walkaway promise in my business, and y'all are happy for you to steal this. We have a walkaway promise that if something is not in the best interest of our clients, remember how one of those complaints, okay, was a lack of basically transparency, integrity was at the heart of a lot of those things people complained about on that list. We have a walkaway promise. And if something is not in the best interest of our clients, we will happily walk away in terms of, you don't have to continue to work with us. We will let you out of the listing agreement. We'll let you out of the buyer's rep as long as we're not under contract. It has to be legal, right? And also, look, if a house is not right for you, that's okay. We will find the right one. Oh, all right. And so just having this, being a standout professional. So if you're looking for a way to blue ocean your business, post on your Facebook today, what are your top 5 reasons you don't like real estate agents, or your top reason? And build a value add in your business off of the responses and being the opposite person in the industry with that. Does this make sense? Does this help? Okay. Because again, if you do not have something like this, I am telling you, all right, I am telling you that it is going to get harder and harder and harder to win over clients, because they are looking for people that they, you know, have something to bring to the table that they can't get online. All right. And they're looking for people who are a standout. All right. But there's so many people out there undervaluing themselves, doing this for 1%, doing this for $500. If we want to be people who get paid what we are worth, then be worth it. Do better. Listen to what the public is saying and build in those value adds into your business. And I promise you, you'll be able to work smarter. You will attract people to you instead of having to just go kill, right? And lead generate. I hope this makes sense. I hope this is helpful. I'm super excited to work on some new things in the value add in the coming weeks. And we will be having some changes to the morning show soon. And be on the lookout for those announcements. It's really exciting stuff. So it's going to be really good. And I think that we're all going to like the changes, and you're going to be getting more greatness from more people. And I think it'll be really wonderful. So I look forward to talking to you soon. Have an amazing Thursday. You guys inspire me. I'm thankful for you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.